More and more, families are feeling weighed down by the chaos and clutter in their homes. What if there was a way to make your spaces happier? I'm Briana Bosch, and we've spent years downsizing, simplifying, and realigning our lives to be more in tune with nature. We sold everything, bought a farm, and learned step by step how to restore peace at home. Now I'm helping others do the same.
Hollie, welcome to your retreat!
What? My God.
Oh my God.
Let's make spaces well again. Welcome to Holistic Home. Here at the farm, one of the things that we do, especially in the summer, is we wake up really bright and early. So as soon as that sun comes up, we are out in the field, and getting that vitamin D first thing in the morning, not only does it make you feel fresh and alive, but it also makes you feel alert and happy. Starting out the day with a nice burst of sunshine like comes in your bedroom, that really helps wake you up, make you happy, and get you set on the right track for the day. Here at the farm, we are really focusing on getting our kids away from the TV, putting them outside, and letting them run free and play. But it's not just about kids, it's about us too. So us as adults, we are in charge of our mental health. It is important that we learn to put down our phones and connect with nature, connect with each other, get face-to-face time, and actually have meaningful conversations and really connect with each other. Hollie is a customer here at the farm. She has been to many of our classes in the barn. She has taken a lot of our classes on how to grow cut flowers, and she also comes to our market and picks up flowers every week during the growing season. So we absolutely love Hollie. She's just such a breath of fresh air. She's so sweet and kind and loving, and so we really wanted to give her this gift to give back the support that she's given the farm. Hello!
Hi!
It's so good to see you!
So good to see you!
How are you?
In person and not on Instagram. Come on in. I adore Briana. I went out to the farm, took a couple of her classes, started making cocktails, and so she posted on her Instagram, does anyone have a sanctuary space they need redone? And in seconds, I said, I do. It's me.
Your place is so beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I've never been here, so tell me a little bit about your house, about the history, the background, what's going on?
You got it. I've been here for 20 years, built this house from California, and ever since working from home, I'm just trying to refurbish it, update it, and I get so far and then I just get stuck. I mean, I can do the big things and the little things, the design, the personal touch, I just get stuck.
I can tell that you have a really good eye because so much of that's in here, I see a lot of personal touches, but I also see a lot of cohesiveness, which is really neat. So you must have kind of a design eye. So what's the room that you need help with?
My master bedroom. Okay. My space.
Bedroom space tend to get forgotten because they're not seen by anyone else but you.
Absolutely.
As more people are at home more, we're working from home more, that space is becoming even more important. So I think it's a good one to look at. Let's go check it out.
Let's go right here.
Because the master bedroom is a space that usually isn't seen by other people, it tends to be a private space, and so it tends to be one of those ones that we don't touch and we forget about. It's not something that we really focus on highlighting for other people, but it is important that we think about it for ourselves. So self-care, making sure that we're taking care of ourselves just as much as we're taking care of everyone else. It's important to make your space feel homey and feel like a sanctuary.
So my master bedroom is my sanctuary. Well, it will be soon. I work from home, I sit in my kitchen 10, 11, 12 hours a day, and at the end of the day when I walk upstairs, I just want to shut out everything, calm down, just relax and have it a personal space all to myself. Bree, here you go.
Okay, when you described this, I thought it was gonna be need a lot of work. This actually does not need a lot of work. I think it just needs, the rest of your house, we can really feel you. And I think this space just needs a little bit more Hollie in it.
Love it.
And that way it's gonna feel a little bit more like your sanctuary. Hollie has a bit of a disconnect. The rest of her space connects so closely to who she is. She has furniture from her family, she has a lot of heirlooms in her home, and she also really reflects back on her past, which is her time in Corona Del Mar in California. And you get that beachy vibe as soon as you walk into Hollie's home. However, you walk up the stairs and into her bedroom, and while it's a beautiful space and a great canvas, it doesn't feel like Hollie. So we want to give her a space that really feels like home and that connects her to her past and really honors the things that she already feels are important while bringing in the design piece. Can you walk me around a little bit and point out some of the things that maybe you like or you don't like about this space?
Well, that will be easy because it's like a blank slate, right?
It is.
What do I like? I love the color. It's serene, it's calm. I love the light. I've got great light in here.
It is very bright, and
Yes.
the fact that you don't have drapes, I love a big open window. I think maybe we could soften it up just a little bit, maybe bring in some texture and some layers with some drapery. Would you be okay with that?
Love that. Love layers, love texture.
She doesn't have drapery on any of her windows, which can actually be a great thing because as the sun comes up, she's waking naturally with that sunlight. But it can also leave you feeling a little bit exposed. So we're going to bring in a little bit of drapery.
I love the light in my master bedroom. That's my favorite thing. I have beautiful windows, but bringing those personal touches, the fabric, the textiles, the mood, prints, fabrics and such. That's what I kind of don't really have the technique nor the time to do that.
What about this TV?
Take it.
Can it go?
Take it. You're the winner of the flat screen. Take it. It's not serene. I don't know why. It's distracting. I don't watch it. So beautiful
and you
art.
said yes, distraction I think is such a thing with having screens. We go from all day we're looking at our phones, we're looking at our computers, and then to have a space I think where you don't have any of that and you can just kind of look at your beautiful view.
Yes.
I think getting the TV out of here is going to kind of help bring you back to just relaxing at the end of the night, resting, doing maybe some reading.
My hope also for the master bedroom for this space redesign is to get rid of the flat screen TV. I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to prop that, and with this monstrosity of an arm that it folds out and bends anyway. I would love that to be gone.
Our lives have become so intertwined with technology. Every single day, the first thing most of us do when we wake up in the morning is look at our phone and see if we've missed a call, if we've missed a text, how many emails have we gotten. And it is such a stressful way to begin our day. Not only are we looking at the phone first thing in the morning, but we're going to our office, we're sitting down, we're looking at a computer screen, and then we go home and we watch TV, and then possibly we plug in our phone right next to our bed, and what do? We scroll through until we fall asleep. So all day we are glued to these screens, and it's creating such a mental disconnect between what is reality and what is not. So it's so healthy to be able to set the boundaries for when to turn off and put down your screen. Can you tell me a little bit, this piece caught my eye in the corner. Can you tell me about this piece? I love anything like natural wood, and it just really pops.
Yes, this definitely needs to stay and is almost the highlight of the room. So this was my, I'm gonna cry. Sit down.
This definitely needs to stay.
My mother's hope chest, all the way from Pittsburgh. So I love it, it's so dear to me. As we get rid of the horrible TV screen hanging on the wall, below it is my grandmother's beautiful hope chest that I want to be the focal point of my space. I would love that to bring in the natural woods, a part of me, and I can't wait to see what Briana does with the hope chest. In her room in California, she had all of our pictures piled on here. So that's my goal, my dream would have it filled with all the pictures. So we've got lots of things in here that I hope to fill one day, but meanwhile, I would love this to be the focal point. So I've had it here, I've had it here, I've had it here. So I'm hoping you can find its home.
We will definitely keep this. You know, it is so important. Look, we've talked about bringing you into this space.
Yeah.
And clearly your mom is very important. I mean, parents are, there's no one more important in the world. And keeping this piece, absolutely showcasing this piece and still making it feel like it's part of your heart, but still incorporating maybe a little bit of what makes you you.
Perfect.
Combined with that,
Yes.
I think this is a beautiful piece, and I'm
Yes.
so happy that you kept it.
Yes.
And it has these beautiful wood tones. It still has the patina, which I think is really special. So let's
good.
definitely keep this piece.
Yes, please. Yes, and my roses are out there. I love to look at them. So like a nice seating, calming area here, just to retreat is a great way to describe. I work from home. I'm downstairs in the kitchen, staring at screens all day. So a nice retreat when I come up here is what I'm hoping for.
Well, I think we can make that happen. And the other thing I want to ask is this piece, are you using this piece for storage at all? I know you have a big closet right off your bedroom, which is great. So do you think you could maybe, would you be okay without that hutch, or is it key?
Oh no, absolutely.
Okay.
That can go. I have 2 closets, so I don't need any more storage.
I have so many fun ideas. I think it's going to be important that we kind of pull in a little bit of that beachy feel so that you feel cocooned and at home and like you're nice and cozy in your little sanctuary here.
Love it, love it. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
I'm so excited to be working with Briana and the farm, so she can bring some of the farm into my space. I've been out to the farm, I've taken her classes. The color, the nature, the beauty, the vibe, the organic vibe, I just love and adore it, and I'm hoping to bring some of that into my space.
By doing things like having a nice cup of tea, reading a book, turning off your screen, putting on a comfortable pair of pajamas, doing all of these things are a really good way to tell your body that it's time to wind down. If you can start to do these things an hour before bed, your body will signal itself that you're shutting down, you're going to stop being so on and so wired, and we're going to start shutting down for sleep. So doing any of those things are really helpful. We at the farm really love to use lavender and chamomile to help us wind down before bed. A nice warm cup of lavender tea is wonderful. It's important that I take breaks for myself. Just like in any job, it can be easy to get sucked into the day-to-day here at the farm and to realize I haven't taken a break for myself all day. And actually taking a break can help us be more productive during our workday. So whether it's just a few minutes or a nice long walk by yourself, it's really important that you take that time to give yourself a break and clear your mind. Hollie definitely has a touch of glam to her. Even though she's a California beach girl at heart, she definitely has some glam reflected in her house. Hollie's style is definitely modern, it's clean, it has a lot of beachy vibes, blues, whites, creams, and kind of the seafoam green. And so we're going to layer in texture, we're going to bring in some of those colors that are reflected in her living space. We're gonna tie those into her bedroom. I also noticed, as soon as I stepped in, there was this chest in the corner of Hollie's room. And something about it just made me feel like it was an important piece. It was kind of tucked away, it didn't really jump out, but I could just feel that there was a connection there. And as soon as Hollie started talking about this hope chest, that it belonged to her grandmother and how her grandmother had collected all these important things in there, that emotion, that tie to our past, that is an important thing to bring into your sanctuary space. It really ties you back to what's important. And again, disconnecting from those screens and reconnecting to what is actually important. And that's where we're gonna be pulling in that hope chest. And I'd really like to highlight that chest in the room. The biggest change in Hollie's room is taking that big dresser out of that space. Right now, it is so imposing and it takes up a lot of room and she doesn't really use it. So it's going to be donated to a great cause. She's really happy to get it out of there, and I think just taking that out and putting something in that's going to feel more like Hollie is going to make her feel more at home in her own bedroom. Sunlight and growing time are really important things for plants, but equally as important are the times when the plants are resting. So the times when they're getting that period of dark and that period of quiet is actually the time when those plants are growing. And so incorporating that into our bedroom space, making ourselves feel like that's a space where we can go home and be restful and put our mind at ease is so important. Getting those screens out of that room, plugging in your phone somewhere else where you're not going to be able to reach over and check it at all times of the night. This is so important for your rest, for your growth, and for your mental health. It can be really hard to disconnect from technology at the end of the day. I know for myself, I was feeling like I was anxious, I was having a hard time falling asleep, and I realized it was because I was plugging in my phone and then I was scrolling through my email, I was scrolling through social media, and it was really making me feel and think about all of the things that I have to do instead of just focusing on winding down for the day. So it's been really helpful for me to actually plug my phone in outside of my room. That way I don't even have access to it. The blue light that gets emitted by screens, by your TV, by your phone, by your tablet, this is all really stimulating light for your brain. So the more you can disconnect from those things, the better. TV can also just be really stimulating. It gets your brain really hyped up, and before you go to sleep, that's obviously not a good thing. So getting back to simple things like reading books, taking some meditation time, just breathing deeply before you go to bed will really help you wind down in a healthier way. Here at the farm, when it's time for winter and it's time for our plants to rest, we literally wrap them in blankets. We cover them up, we tuck them in, and the same thing applies in your own space. So with Hollie's room, we want to bring in lots of layers, textures, lots of different textiles, and really make her feel cocooned in her bed. And as soon as all those blankets are in there enveloping her, I think she's going to feel like she's being held, she's being tucked in, she's being nurtured, and just really being able to rest and feel calmed in that space. Hollie, when I saw your space, I knew that we just had to take it to that glam, little bit of beachy vibe and bring you into the space because I know you want that retreat, but you just didn't have it.
Correct, absolutely.
What do you think you're most excited for in this space?
Oh, just the whole sense, the feeling. Because with feeling, everything else will just all come together. I love that you made the hope chest a focal point. I'm excited to see that. Window coverings, yes please, window coverings. Some nature brought in, hopefully something from the farm, and just a retreat of serenity and a place I can call my own.
I think that we have covered all of those things. You know, we brought in some drapes that I think talk to you, but instead of talking about it, I just want to show you. So can we just go take a look, because I can't wait.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see it.
Hollie, welcome to your new retreat.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Do you love it?
Wow, it is so beautiful. The best thing is Briana was able to make the focal point of my grandmother's hope chest and bring out all the beauty that it enriches. And now the focal point is not so much a stark, empty bedroom, but the natural beauty.
We wanted to make it a little more inviting so it can be a space where you can come into, come into your room, you can relax, you can sit here and maybe think about your family, think about your grandma, and just look out the window, look at your beautiful roses. You can just center yourself before it's time for bed and think about, all the things that are important to you.
I cannot believe, I would never have thought to put it under the window. It just brings the wood by the window.
It fits
it's
perfectly.
in here. But you feminized it with this beautiful, this is so saucy and fun. I love it. Oh, and you brought my heart rocks
Your
in.
heart rock. We have the little special touches that are in the rest of your house that make the house Hollie.
Oh, I love that. Oh, absolutely. I'll sit here. I can put my shoes on. I can have my coffee and just.
You can sit in this chair. You can have your books, and you can
look at
again.
all
You
my
can look
flowers.
right. There's your roses right
Yes.
there. You can look out the window and enjoy the sun.
I mean, you just this frames up the window. It just makes this.
And the drapes, and we did.
part
I don't know
now.
if you noticed, but we raised up all of your curtain rods, and so by raising up the curtain rods, it actually makes the windows look a little bit bigger.
Yes.
Right. So just by lifting up those rods, it actually, I think, made those windows feel even more dramatic than they already were.
I love this rug. The texture.
The texture, it's soft. It's going to be inviting when you step out of your bed in the morning to step onto something soft and warm and cozy instead of a cold floor.
And I love. There's always a little touch. I have a little modernism in it, so I love this beautiful edgy, the gold there. Okay, that is crazy.
Isn't that piece beautiful? It's kind of this it feels like a tree, but it's also this coral, so it kind of ties together the farm and your love of the ocean and your memories of the sea.
Like the big eternal tree. Yes, I love that. Okay, let's talk about these drapes. They are so light and fresh and flowy. I mean, I would wear this as a dress. I love it.
You would look great in it.
It's just so beautiful, and it's soft, and the textile, they picked the perfect fabric just to bring the holistic, natural vibe into the room that I wanted.
And the first thing when we walked into this room is how bright it is, so we didn't want to cover up the windows with heavy drapery, so these are just nice and sheer. They still tie in some of that blue-green look, but it's not so heavy that we're gonna lose all that beautiful bright light that you have.
Yes. The focal point is the beautiful wall art that is just priceless. It's just gorgeous. Now, is this the Phillips collection?
This is the Phillips collection piece, and it is just so beautiful. And it has this kind of, you know, it's actually a honeycomb, which I love because you know how I am about saving the bees.
Our bees, yes, yes.
But it also feels like an abstract coral.
Yes. And again, a little touch of the modern, but it still flows and it ties in with the beautiful softness, but it's got that little edge to it.
And the texture, how it kind of sits off the wall.
Yes.
So there's texture here, there's texture on your bed, there's some texture in these greens that you have on the, so you know, bringing in some of that green touch, some of the nature.
Yeah. Okay. And the TV.
And the TV is gone.
Thank you
Do you
so
feel
much.
okay with the TV
I already
gone?
feel unplugged. This is amazing. It's so funny what just removing it completely changes the vibe.
It feels like a spa. It feels like you can come in here, you will be more attentive with sitting, being intentional with shutting down, not just clicking on the TV, because there's so many other beautiful things to look at now.
Exactly. Thank you for the candle. I love that. Oh
Can't
my
have
gosh.
too many candles.
So sweet. No, never too many. And I've always struggled with the perfect white. It wasn't right, and it's just, again, if I walk into the department stores or wherever, there's so many to choose from, and you picked it. This looks like a wave.
It does look like a wave.
Like
you know,
the
I
white foam
didn't
wave.
even think about it, but you know, it does look like a wave. And what else? These side tables kind of remind me of the ripples in the sand, you know, when the water comes over on the beach. So it kind of has this sandy feel.
Briana and her team really listened when I said how much I love the beach and the vibe and the colors and the calmness of it. And they were able just to bring it all together. It just reminds me of being at home. When I travel back to California, the place I want to go first is always to the beach.
Well, and what's great with white is, you know, sometimes we do get caught up on like picking the perfect white, but really what you can do is pick a lot of different whites and layer them, and then they work together in sync instead of just focusing on, I don't have the right white, just pick layers of them.
Yes, I love it. Okay, this piece is
the mirror
stunning.
piece says Hollie, right? It's got this little bit of glam, but it also has this natural touch and this natural feel.
Oh, this is amazing. Yes, please.
A little bit better, right,
Love it.
than the big, bulky oak piece that we had here.
Let's not talk about that.
I'm glad that that piece is going to a good home. It just didn't fit
stunning.
here.
Yeah.
It didn't fit in this space. It didn't fit with you.
And I love the stack books. I love my rocks, me and my rocks. Oh my gosh, I'm now going to be a homebody.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
You have your retreat.
You did it. Wow.
I'm so happy you love it.
Oh my gosh, I can't thank you. I can't wait to bring some of the farm into here. Every Sunday, I'm gonna go by, bring your flowers. They're gonna go right there every Sunday.
I hope so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you need to go now so I could relax.
Hollie's space feels like Hollie now. It really ties together her family, her past of being in California and growing up there, how she feels at home at the beach. Her hope chest is a beautiful new spot at the end of her bed where she can wake up and see it first thing in the morning. We love that she can see that, and I think she really feels more at home in her space now.